Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another stout review. Local beer, Lost Abbey, San Marcos, California. This is track 10. And the bummer about this bottle is there is no date on it. I want to say this is probably 2016 vintage. I'm guessing. I've had this for a while. Per the label, 13.5% alcohol by volume. Imperial stout aged in bourbon barrels with coffee and cacao nibs. So maybe the cork will have a year on it. That would be awesome. Oh, nice little pop on that bottle. Is it on there? Nope. Dang it. They used to, like with yellow ink, they'd put dates on the necks of these bottles, but not happening. So that's a bummer. I don't know how old this is. Like I said, I'm guessing it's around 4 years old, somewhere like that. I haven't even drank today. Somewhere around there. So we are going to use our Answer Duck Hunt glassware because I couldn't find any Lost Abbey glassware. I don't know if I've broken all of mine over the years or what, but this beer is dark, but it's got that kind of, the light was able to get through when I was pouring that. I didn't want to pour it too aggressive, and there was a pop on the bottle, but there is no head on that. Nothing. Looks like a cup of coffee. It is pitch black in the glass. There's already like a film kind of sticking to the glass when I just do this. But yeah, no head at all. There's a couple little bubbles, but it is pitch black in that glassware. So Lost Abbey's known with their bottles, especially with their sours. They've had carb issues in the past. I mean, this is a stout. It doesn't need to be super carb, but there was literally nothing when we poured that. So coffee and cacao nibs. Be interesting to see what this smells like. Shove our fat nose in it. It smells like bourbon. It smells like spirit. It smells hot. There's vanilla. There's definite chocolate. Not a whole lot of coffee on the nose, and that could be an age thing. But this smells like a massive beer. This smells every bit of 13.5%. There's a little bit of like char, like it smells oaky, woody, and I think that's where that vanilla is coming from. But yeah, good amount of vanilla, chocolate, and it smells like bourbon. It smells like spirit. It smells hot. So let's taste it. Cheers. Ooh, that is nice. It is crazy because for how boozy that smelled, the alcohol is definitely there, but I thought this was going to be like kind of over the top, like wow, and it's not. I remember I went to go get, it was like Veritas 14. What year was that? 2015, somewhere around there. And was it 14 or 15? They had just bottled Santo Ron Diego, I think that beer was called, and they had pours of it on tap, and it was a rum barrel aged strong ale, I think. It might have been a stout, but it was aged in rum barrels, and it literally tasted like rum. Like it tasted like straight alcohol. And after smelling this, I was expecting that to happen, but it's not crazy like ethanol. This is a thin beer though, but you're getting tons of spirit. That bourbon is there, but it gives off an awesome vanilla sweetness. This beer has a good amount of sweetness, but the oakiness, the charred oak from the barrels, it sits on your tongue and it gives a very like woody finish that just sits there. The entire time I've been talking, it feels woody on my tongue. It kind of comes off as a bitterness, which could be from the coffee. This beer does not taste like coffee at all. There's no, if you were to give this to me blind, there's no way I would guess this was a coffee stout. The chocolate is definitely there, which is awesome. And there is, with that vanilla, some like amazing like dark fruits. Like the just kind of par for the course stout, like plummy, figgy kind of raisin thing. But yeah, that like charred oak thing that you're getting, it just kind of sits on your tongue, and it's crazy because it's very drying. So for 13.5%, you kind of feel like you need to keep sipping on this to like kind of, you know, wet your whistle, so to speak, and it will fuck you up for sure. But yeah, you saw when we poured it, there is no carb. This beer is flat. There's no carbonation to it at all. And that's not the, I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world for a stout, but you kind of like having some sort of something there. But overall, I mean, this is a good beer. This is going to, I mean, be the only beer that I drink tonight. 13.5%. I mean, I will be feeling very good when this beer is finished. I really enjoy the vanilla sweetness from this. The only thing that I kind of is off-putting to me is how dry it is on a finish, and just how it just sits like woody in your mouth, like toothpicks. I talked about it in another stat review we did. Was it the Founders? I think it was the KBS beer. It feels really like, almost like you have like splinters on your tongue. It's weird, but if you want something that's barrel aged, you like bourbon, this beer is for you. You definitely get the spirit. It warms your chest. You taste the alcohol. It's just a massive imperial stout. So I like the dark fruits that it offers, and I absolutely love the vanilla sweetness in this. And that little bit of chocolate that you're getting is cool. Really, really thin, no carb, super flat, really, really, really woody. So I think when I got this, I saw this at a bottle shop, and it was like $18.99 for this bottle. I mean, would I pay that again for this? Probably not. I wouldn't mind, like, if I was ever at Lost Abbey again, if this was on tap, drinking it fresh to see how the coffee plays with it. There's no coffee in this bottle. Like I said, I think this bottle's around 4 years old. It could be 5 years old. I don't know. So I wish they dated their bottles, or at least dated the cork. We don't know what we're drinking right now, and it's a bummer. But good beer. Nothing to lose your mind over. Nothing to go crazy over, but a solid barrel-aged stout. So we will leave it at that. So that is track 10 from the Lost Abbey. Is this a beer that people still seek out? I feel like when I first started getting into beer back in 2014, when I was really like getting into craft beer and like seeking stuff out, I feel like people were asking for this that were outside of San Diego. So I kind of wonder if anyone's nostalgic over this beer. So if you are, let's talk about it. If you've had it, let's talk about it. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Appreciate you guys watching. Cheers.
Thank you for coming behind the bar, in the arcade, all that shit.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.